Hello, ladies, gentlemen, witches, wizards, warlocks, and everybody else. Welcome back to Randolph the Grey Plays.
Oui, la révolution.
Well, gotta fix my mic just a little bit. So, as you can see, my hair is different. The game is the same. Let's jump back into it, shall we? I do not recall what last we were up to. Have we moved up in the hierarchy at all? No, but we have met Elliot and Roland, who are above us. Oh, right.
A judge in the Revolution Tribunal generally considered a drunkard and a gambler.
Yeah, we'll work on that. But we gotta slip back into the French accent. It's really hard for me. The craziest thing is I speak French.
The defendant may introduce himself.
We all know who this villain is.
Mathieu Biorel, Commander-in-Chief of the National Guard, and shut up already! Let us proceed directly to the testimony. Compiled by Fabrice Poli. In the dock sits Mathieu Biorel, the former Commander-in-Chief of the National Guard. The defendant stands accused of causing the deaths of 34 people who took part in a demonstration against monarchic authority. Around 3 p.m., two spontaneous groups of protesters...
We lost it.
Two spontaneous groups of protesters stumbled upon each other in the streets leading to Place Vendôme. A quarrel broke out between the supporters and opponents of Citizen Capet, but with both sides engaged in a heated argument, none of the involved parties managed to gain the upper hand, and they quickly resorted to name-calling and public threats. Soon after, a National Guard detachment, led by the defendant, arrived on the scene. According to the eyewitness testimony of Blaise Fawcett, Commander-in-Chief Mathieu Biorel stood himself between the two groups alone and attempted to talk sense into them. He was quickly shouted down by the protesters. A few of them vocally accused the Commander-in-Chief of violating their freedom of speech. A rock flew over Biorel's head. He then walked up to the regime that until this point had stood away from the crowds. The Commander-in-Chief ordered them to load their muskets and aim at the protesters. He shouted to the mob that they should leave, with the people of France of course ignored. Then, as Fawcett testified, another rock barely missed his head. This time it managed to hit one of the soldiers in the chest, leaving him breathless for a moment. Biorel ordered the troops to fire. Bullets reached 34 people in total on both sides of the protest. During his arrest, Biorel tried to explain that he had the tribunal's opinion, which stated he could use force if needed. He tried to defend himself with similar opinions for the convention. Prosecutor Tanvey did not care for such explanation, and his fiery speech convinced the deputies to dismiss him. Now he is trying to convince the judge to impose an additional punishment.
Okay. The death of 34 people. Name-calling and public threats. He stood between the two groups. That's good. That's good for him. We'll see what we can do. Freedom of speech. Okay. The Commander-in-Chief ordered them to load their muskets. Yeah, it's pretty harsh, bro. This time it managed to hit one of the soldiers in the chest. That'll be good. That'll be good for, like, why he should have done it. And the tribunal's opinion, which stated he could use force, that's me. The deputies to dismiss him. Prosecutor Talmvale did not care for and his fiery speeches convinced the deputy. Okay. Okay. We really need the revolutionaries to be on our side. Straight up, if we don't, we might die. So, we have to put him in prison. Literally no matter what, I think, at this point. We have to put him in prison. Let's have a talk. Oh, no, wait, we gotta... Let's look for some clues. Okay. Injured soldier. Course of events. Defense. Order to load muskets. Current course of events. Yeah, that's fair. The commander, the crowd's fervor, protesters causing death. Accusation. The commander-in-chief's dismissal. Extenuating circumstances. Whoops. The tribunal's opinion. Now that is defense. The commander-in-chief's recklessness. Accusation. Freedom of speech. Accusation. The commander-in-chief's recklessness could also be personality. Yep. Commander-in-Chief's dismissal, course of events. The crowd's fervor, extenuating circumstances. Nailed it. Okay. Let's see if we can't get this guy put in prison.
Summon the witness. Please introduce yourself. Blaise Fawcett, Monsieur le Juge. I'm a simple blacksmith. Citizen, do you confirm being a witness on the events that are the cause of our gathering today? Yes, I was a witness. I mean, I was there. I saw everything, and I want to talk about it. I really do.
Please tell us if you saw exactly how the accused acted. Can the accused recall what the people from both sides were saying? Ooh, this is okay. So if we want him in prison, we should do what both sides were saying.
I'd rather not.
Why?
Because they were vulgar, Monsieur le Juge. They spewed curses at Robespierres, at Citizen Capet. I'd say these accusations were false.
Please, give us an example so that we may understand their nature.
Goatfucker, bedsweaver, dull cop. That's what they said about the Commander-in-Chief. They also said Citizen Capet was enough.
Ooh, we got the guillotine.
Who attacked first, the crowd or the guard? When did the accused do when the bodies fell? Oh, he wasn't very nice, not very nice at all.
Can you be a bit more precise?
He told his people to leave and spat in the direction of the crowd and the bodies there. Oh no. Does the accused not think that in order to load muskets... Does the accused not think that the order to load muskets must have been issued too early? Why? Because it could have aggravated the crowd that was already outraged. I'm doing a German accent now. The people of Paris have an ugly history of impaling heads on pikes. I had a sizable mob before me and it was quite obviously ready to attack us at any moment. No, the order was not issued too early. More than that, we should have started shooting as soon as we arrived instead of wasting our time trying to calm them down.
So you believe in brute force rather than diplomacy?
If diplomacy had any chance of success in this situation, deputies of the convention would have been sent instead of the guard, yet not one of them decided to show up. I wonder why.
What words did you use when addressing the crowd?
I asked them for a moment of silence. Then, when they were quiet, why they were fighting. That's when the peace ended and both sides started throwing accusations.
Maybe you should have intervened. Maybe you only agitated the crowd more.
How? By asking for a moment of silence? Did you say anything else? I was trying to shout over the crowd. Someone accused me of being a spy, trying to silence them and suppress their freedom of speech.
Was that your aim?
My aim was to prevent bloodshed. As you can see, it was impossible. How was one of your soldiers injured? He was hit in the chest with a rock. He fell and for a moment he could not breathe.
Did you try to calm the crowd after the incident?
Prosecutor, you must be joking.
Why do you say that?
They wanted blood. Their own or ours, it did not matter. They just wanted it spilled. And you gave them what they wanted? I had good reason and a document in my hand. I was also responsible for the lives of my subordinates. You chose to take people's lives. Did that document come from God? From Dieu? During your arrest, you said that you were given official documents issued by... Monsieur le Juge, may I interrupt? That line of defense is pure nonsense.
Why is that?
I brought the document myself to be signed by this judge. He signed it. He gave me the right to use force in case of immediate danger from the protesters. You as tué 34 personnes. Would you rather there were hundreds of dead soldiers and protesters with the rest of them still fighting each other? I had good use to use force, and the fact that I am standing here accused only confirms that the judge present here, and the deputies of the convention are merely looking for a scapegoat. Nonsense.
Nonsense. This convention would never.
Here is the document signed by Judge Alexis Fidel and the heads of the tribunal Demon Devoyer. 2 judges confirmed my right to use weapons.
It was a recommendation from the convention so they could write up such law.
And I recommend that you release me and sentence these judges to death instead. He's right, you know.
Well, let's call it good and put this guy in jail, shall we?
I find the defendant guilty and sentence him to prison. Life in prison.
Well, look, this guy doesn't deserve to be brought to death. Did the defendant confess to the crimes? Yes. Location. Whoops. Leading to place Vendôme. What was the first thing the commander asked for the crowd after separating the feuding sides? Silence. Hit it. Stamp it. Wait, am I not stamping this one?
I hereby sentence Mathieu Burel to prison, made the convict ponder his actions.
He murdered so many and what, that's it? The lives of 34 people mean less than that of the former commander-in-chief.
Oh, he did not confess. Whoops. I'll take it. I'll take it. We didn't die. We didn't die this time. I mean, like, I don't know if we can die, but, like, I feel like we could definitely lose the game pretty quick. He's ours. There can be no more demeaning experience for revolutionary Paris than the escape of Citizen Capet. Oh, dear. He's escaped, slipped right from their hands, and the revolution now seems feeble and weak. Sorry, we'll do regular voice. The people resemble a child that could easily be duped by anyone. However, the Republic quickly composed itself thanks to a postmaster and his people, who were able to catch the fugitives escaping to Montmedy. Ordinary citizens led to the fall of a monarch. You will have a chance to serve the Republic as well, for Citizen Capet will face the tribunal tomorrow. You will choose how he will be remembered, as a traitor and a coward, or as an unlucky statesman. If it were for the prison guards to decide, there would only be one outcome. Leave him alone until the trial. We don't let the guards rough him up. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, she hates us. Oh, she hates us. How can we make her happy? I'll do anything to make her happy. Viola Concerto? Ah! Bernard needs to learn how to deal with stage fright if he wants to be a professional musician. You'll have to endure an hour of racket. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. Whatever, Grandpa. Oh, no. I understand. Influence. Come on. Love me more. Shoot. Okay, we gotta get Frederic to like us so that way we won't have the people hating us anymore. Because that's gonna be an issue. Oh my goodness. What is up with that? We have no friends. Let's take a peek at the notebook. -2 common folk, -10 revolutionary. I don't think we're doing a very good job. Oh, this goes away soon. Oh, that's gone already. Wait. Bad relationship with father? Ah, shucks. So right now I have +1 common folk, -2 reputation. I guess I can live with that. What's this? Pour papa. Monsieur Pochard et moi. Hey, because we didn't kill him. Events. I feel like we might die soon. The people are anxious. That's not great. Okay. Louis Capet, I hereby open your trial. Answer the questions when asked.
Capet is the name of one of my ancestors. My name is Louis Auguste de Bourbon.
That may have been your name before you raised your hand against the people you had sworn to defend.
As a king, I have never done a thing against my people. I love them and still do.
Objection! There is evidence of Louis Capet's treason against the people of France. He should have tried as a foreigner, and he should be tried as a foreigner and enemy, not a citizen of the Republic.
Questioning the defendant will stir the impatient audience. Once angered, the people may even start a riot. This game has too many allegories to real life for me to feel comfortable. Okay. Lots of stuff to read. Speech for prosecution by Antoine Cointin. Compatriot, Citizen Capet, previously known as King Louis XVI of France, must be punished for conspiring against the people of France. Louis Capet tried to defend his absolute authority by plotting against the National Constituent Assembly and the people of France. We all remember July of 1789, he gathered an army, 15 foreign regiments, and ordered them to surround Paris. Soldiers led by Baron de Bonseval were to capture deputies and shoot at citizens defending their reforms. And so they did. The Royal German Regiment drew first blood. After the plot failed, Louis Capet tried to flee the country with his family and scheme with foreign monarchs abroad. Is that not the reason he took flight from Le Tuileries one night in June of 1791? Using someone else's passport, was he not heading to Montmedy, where his loyal emirs were stationed, ready to take him to Austria? If it were not for Postmaster Duret, his scheme would have ended tragically for us. Louis Capet will never abandon the thought of suppressing the revolution de force. Before the events of 1792, he gave orders for the Swiss Guard station in the Tuileries to be doubled. He conducted a public muster in front of horrified citizens. The people had no choice. They had to act before Capet attacked. Citizens of Paris who tried to stop the madness were shot at even after Capet's escape to the National Assembly. Evidence, an order issued by Marshal de Broglie to Baron de Bonseval. My lord, should any reason appear, shoot the rebels without hesitation, just as his majesty ordered. Have no mercy, for they shall have none easier. V.F. de Broglie. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. They want him dead. Of course they want him dead. Why am I the one sentencing the king? Can we just look at this for a second? I'm sentencing the... Okay. Okay, so we just sent... Okay, so are we going to send everyone to jail? I like this, actually. Okay. It's going to be tough. Probably going to have to just straight up off them, but we'll do it the right way, I guess. We'll try to anyway. Okay. Here we go. Defending shooting civilians. Accusation. Doubling the size of the guard. Motive. Oh no. Method. Nice. Suppressing the revolution. It's an One sec. My dog's going nuts, guys. Holy cow. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but that was nuts. That was insane. My dog's... Like, holy cow, that was insane. I have no idea what they were barking at even. Alright. Fake passport. This is... method? Oh, shucks. This is a difficult one. If not for Postmaster Duret, his scheme would have ended tragically for us. Defending his authority. This is a tough one. This is method. Attempted to flee the country. Accusation. International plot. Accusation.
Fake passport. Méthode. Suppressing the revolution. Motive. As well as accusation. Defending his authority. Motive. Gathering armed forces. Method. Hey, let's go. Let's start with some questions. What did the accused plan to do with the constituents' deputies?
Nothing. The assembly that I joined on 27 June
1789 granted immunity to its members, and I intend to respect that.
And yet you ordered your soldiers to seize and imprison the deputies and perhaps even execute them?
Nonsense, there is no evidence of that. My enemy spread rumors to get rid of me.
We don't need evidence against a coward who runs from his own people.
Who issued the orders to fire at citizens?
Either Marshal de Broglie or Baron de Bonzeval. The ones responsible should be the one standing here, as he was not authorized to issue such orders. Really, not according to his documents, it was signed by the Marshal. Marshal de Broglie went too far and lied to us. I swear on my crown I did not issue that order.
De Broglie is a sworn monarchist and was given an army to suppress the revolution. Would he work on his own without Capet's blessing?
People sometimes do stupid things.
Was the accused planning to reclaim his authority in Paris?
Why would I do that? According to constitutional law, I was still king.
Then why did you raise a number of troops in the Tuileries?
I feared for my family's life. It is not a mystery that the citizens of Paris were incited to seize the palace and capture us, especially as was Mr. Danton's goal.
It is clear, then, that the guards were organized against the citizens of Paris, many of whom did fall in the Tuileries.
Against violence and disorder, Mr. Tranville, not against my people.
Who was responsible for who helped you suppress the revolution?
Frederick William II, Francis II, Catherine II, or maybe your relative Charles IV?
Justice awaits them as well.
Nonsense, all of it. My only desire was to take my family out of Paris, as I did not wish for them to suffer house arrest.
We all know the European monarchs despise our ideas of freedom, equality, and brotherhood. Am I to understand that you tried to prepare a joint military intervention?
I deny any such accusation. There is no evidence for such outrageous claims. I would never turn against my beloved France.
He tells his own mother, never mind his country.
Call in the witness. Please introduce yourself. Jean Duret, Portmaster of Saint-Mémold, Monsieur le Juge.
Did the accused Louis Capet introduce himself to the witness as his full name?
No, he didn't introduce himself at all. He only produced someone else's document. So he tried to hide his identity. You could say so. I used the name for the documents after he showed them to me. He never objected. Then how did you learn his true identity? By the image on the paper assignation. Then a messenger from General Lafayette confirmed my suspicions. I ran as fast as I could to Varennes to inform the authorities. Did the accused...
My bad, Judge.
Did the accused tell anyone the destination of his journey? Was the accused acting like a defector? Was he nervous or in a hurry? No, the king, Capet, was in no hurry, he even found time to jest. What about the Capet? That I do not know. Only the king would leave the carriage. Capet. Judging by his clothes, I thought he was merely a townsman. Would the accused like to comment on his testimony? I see nothing wrong with the traveling in modest, comfortable clothing. It is advisable for practical reasons.
It would be advisable during an escape, especially if a monarch were trying to sneak away.
Has the accused ever considered Paris and its citizens to be his enemy?
Absolutely not. I ask you to explain the question.
How can you deny it if you do not understand the question? Your army surrounded Paris. Is that not what you do to your enemies?
My soldiers were there only to ensure public order while the National Assembly was in session. Adequate forces were already present in Paris. Was that not enough? Who was responsible for the delivery of the passport to the man called Binet?
My butler, I ordered him to prepare all the formalities regarding travel to Momedi.
The city hall has not received any submissions from your butler.
I do not know what to say.
Monsieur le Juge, Louis Capet's butler was seen in the Austrian embassy. They are surely looking for all the documents for the defectors.
Monsieur Tevel, that is mere hearsay. Who said such a thing? Bring him here so that he may repeat it.
There is no need. That is hard evidence, especially in light of what the accused has told us.
Well, let me check my report. Oh, wait. It's irrelevant in this case. Well, I will give my verdict.
Monsieur le Juge, the crowd in front of the building is enraged. There may soon be a massacre. A rumor has spread about hidden evidence in Citizen Capet's prison. People have gone mad. What evidence? I will go to them. I would ask you to all stay in your seats until I return.
Oh no.
People, what vexes you? Why are you so angry?
The king lied to us! That coward ran from us! He'll surely run from justice as well! We found proof of the king's treachery in his secret iron cabinet!
Okay. Strategy building. Before attempting persuasion, you may explore different approaches to all the topics in the conversation. After employing every kind of emotion, you will receive an evaluation of your choices. Character's attitude. Each attitude comes with a set of emotions that can have a positive and negative impact. Learn their effects to manipulate the people in Paris in any way you please. The higher your reputation, the more you know about the other speaker's attitude. You can also obtain this information by spending influence points. I have 3. They're all withdrawn. Okay, Citizen Capel shall not escape justice. Humility, aggression. The evidence from the iron cabinet will be examined. Humility. Wait, no. Manipulation, and then believe in me is humility. Oh, wait, what? What? Citizen Capet shall not escape justice.
The king has been imprisoned. He will not escape a second time. If he tries, I will kill him with my own bare hands.
Okay, that's aggressive. The evidence...
We won't turn a blind eye to new evidence. We shall dutifully pursue each line of inquiry for the Republic and only for the Republic.
Is that good? Oh, that's good, I think.
I know that you might be angry, but you have chosen your representatives to protect you. Believe in me.
Intrigued. I think that's good. Hey, that's awesome. Look at that. We did good. We did good in that real-time event. I'm really proud of you. I mean us. I mean me.
Is it true? Evidence of Capet's guilt has been found.
Really?
Would the defendant like to explain why he concealed the secure iron cabinet and the documents hidden within from the convention? I hid nothing from the convention. No one asked me about the existence of such things.
You kept your correspondence well hidden under lock and key. It could only be retrieved with the assistance of a master locksmith.
Any affluent Parisian has a lockable cabinet. I, for one, am keenly interested in locksmithing.
Oh, buddy. Not anymore. Well, we got way more. We got way more.
Compatriot, Citizen Capet, previously known as King Louis.
Did we already read this one? Oh yeah, I think we already read this one. We got a lot of case files here, yeah.
Sorry.
The deputies of the so-called National Assembly are to be carefully questioned, and if any of them should display common sense and cease to support the Assembly, reward him with an extraordinarily high allowance and forward His Majesty's thanks.
Okay.
We trust that with God's grace and help, His Majesty will soon arrive within the imperial borders for us to grant him, as well as our beloved sisters, safety, and to potentially take the steps necessary to re-establish the natural repair and order with the borders of France. His Imperial Majesty, the Holy Roman Emperor King of Hungary, Bohemia, Croatia, Dalmatia, Slavonia, Galicia, Lodomeria, etc., Leopold de Habsburg. Le 5. Le 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15e de mai. Your Grace, soon we will come to your Majesty's rescue. However, for the time being, I implore your Majesty to muster local troops that remain loyal. I shall issue a warning to your Majesty's troops that any and all who dare to raise a hand against your Majesty will suffer the direst consequences. My armies await my order to curb the tide of anarchy in your Majesty's country. From Ferdinand. Well, oh, is this new? Compatriot, Citizen Capet, previously known as King Louis, Louis Capet tried to defend his noble authority by plotting against the blah 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 blah. An order issued by Marshal de Broglie to Baron Bonceval, instructions issued by the Minister of Internal Affairs Jean-Marie Roland, a letter from Emperor Leopold II, a letter from the Duke. Let's see.
So let's look through here. What do we know? Letter from the Duke. Evidence. Attempted escape. Course of events. Suppressing the revolution. Counter-revolution. Minister's orders. Method. Letter from the Emperor. Evidence. Minister's orders. Evidence. Poggers.
Let's do it.
You were aware of the plans of the Emperor and the Duke Brunswick. Why did you not warn the National Assembly and your army? You need to speak up. I did not deem their threat serious.
That reeks of treason!
Allow me to quote, my armies await my orders. Does that not sound like a serious threat? Prince Charles is impetuous, but I never once thought he would dare attack France.
Buddy. Honestly, we don't need any more questions to be asked. I feel very cold all of a sudden. Did the defendant confess his crimes? Yes. Did Citizen Capet explain his reasoning behind Roland's mission of corruption? Why did Citizen Capet not warn the National Assembly about... he claims to having issued the warning but was ignored. He considered the threat not to be serious. Confessed to the crime. No. He claims it was merely a jest. Blocked. I guess I have to ask another question. Citizen Capet. Oh, judge's signature, right. Forgot.
To death by guillotine. Takes the convict away.
Long live the people! Down with the tyrant! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Incoming cutscene that will shatter all of our hopes and dreams.
Do they understand? Their excitement was stronger than the smell of the fresh wood the guillotine was made from. Do they know what's about to happen?
sheep that only now realize they used to have fangs and claws. One thought guides their clenched fists. To bow before the new, uncompromising idol with his shining steel crown. I too have felt their eyes on me, just like him. A silent assistant in this ritual of new faith. A random acolyte, scared, doubtful. Will not the old gods seek vengeance for this treachery? He abandoned them all too easily. I was unable to understand their screams. I only tasted the stench of their sweaty bodies. But I could hear one thing perfectly. Bring us the king.
Maybe I could win the hearts of the crowd.
Oh dear. Remember, once you start your speech, there is no going back. An awkward or clumsy speech will earn you nothing but ridicule from the audience. The crowd's attitude, depending on your reputation, the crowd will be more or less aggressive. Speak to them. The crime.
Revolution.
We'll do with humility. The defendant, aggression. Manipulation. Okay, so manipulation, humility, withdrawn. Manipulation, humility, manipulation, maybe?
Anyone stepping outside the boundaries of revolutionary law has only themselves to blame, only themselves. We are not only mourning the victims, but the convict soul as well. But do not mistake our compassion for weakness.
Give them aggression.
You have gained power in France, now spill the blood of those who oppose the Republic.
I honestly feel bad with how naturally that was. I should be a politician.
I die as an innocent man. I forgive my enemies. For the revolution. Vive la révolution.
So I think I'm going to call it there, folks. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.